are underway. Now, in the previous game against the Raptors, Richard, the Pelicans ran a play for Ingram to get him going early. And it comes off to McCollum. Quickly up to Williamson. There's the lob up top, and Jones at the other end.
But it was less about the 3 free throws and more about Herb Jones. You need him on the court. One of the best defensive players, and they have one of the best offense in the Clippers. You need him available to guard multiple players.
By the way, folks, a career high 42% from behind the arc. McCollum with the float game got it. Shooting team in the association. The lead is down to 2. Zion back out to Ingram. Good closeout by Man. Zion off the elbow, elevates. Team that Jamal Mosley coached this past summer. Here's Zion Williamson, conspicuous by his silence at the offensive end. Left that one on the front rim. Up to Alvarado. Zion seen a ton of bodies, but a willing passer. Daniels lays it in. Zion Williamson, right, Richard?
Yeah, you have to have 2 bodies in front of him at all points in time just because of his physicality. So his playmaking becomes even more impressive.
Ingram, Valanciunas, and McCollum minutes for the Pelicans, able to hold off the Clips so far.
Well, again, Paul George and Kawhi are on the bench.
Williamson with his first point of the ball game as we at times this year. What do you make about the way that's working out for the Pelicans?
Well, it's great because he's a point of attack.
Harden up to double digits now. He's got 11. Zion on the sticks. Over to Jones for 3 and knocks one home from the corner. Williamson guarding Harden. Good defense by Zion, but a little overzealous. As Ingram and Daniels get ready to come in. Underneath, Valanciunas with the reverse layup.
Good defense. You just have to tip your hat to James Harden, one of the best to ever do it.
Inside off the turnover, George up to Leonard. Retrieved it with 7 on the shot clock. Zubac's inside, a little jump hook, and he draws the foul. Off the little horns out action, here's Leonard. Let's go to George.
A couple of things. I spoke to Brian Shaw, the assistant and former NBA champion with the Los Angeles Clippers, about their slow start. And he said it was kind of expected considering the road trip they were on. They were 6-1 on the Grammy trip. This is now their, but he said specifically about this particular game, they got to do a better job of taking care of the ball as they turned it over there again. That's their 12th turnover of the game. And he said the New Orleans Pelicans are doing a great job.
Brandon Ingram sees a couple of bodies. Zubac's at the level. Zion missing inside. Leonard might have gotten a piece of it. Here he is on the break. In rhythm for 3.
Well, and look, the rebounding. You talked about missing 10 rebounds. Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, in my opinion, their rebounding numbers are extremely low for their ability. Kyrie is sensational most times he touched the ball. It was impressive to watch what he did. I did the Kevin Durant return as you see Jones knock down another 3.
One-on-one against Zubac, no help. Spins and fires, and it comes off. On that sequence, up to Harden. Blows by Zion. Missed the layup, and it comes loose. Inside to Williamson. Westbrook tried to foul him, but it went to Ingram for the layup. Here's Powell off the screen by Plumlee. Ingram switches on to him. Plumlee inside.
There's been multiple players that have switched going from left hand to right. It's amazing that we're talking about Tristan Thompson did the same thing. I didn't have any of that.
Tristan Thompson, a teammate of yours, right?
Yes, he was.
He was one of those guys, right?
Yeah, that's why I brought up his name.
Okay. Why didn't you want, you don't want ID? No.
And I've done that. We're focused here on the Clip show right now.
Okay. Thought we were friends. Zion with 5 points in the game. Powell from deep. And Williamson with a rebound and the bust-out dribble. They've got numbers 4 on 3, pass a little bit high.
They might not lead to a layup, but they got to lead to something positive.
Here's Williamson playing off the elbow. Plumlee gave him all kinds of space. Zion says too late with the block. Daniels has always been an above-average defender. Hands it off to Williamson. Blows by Plumlee and draws the foul.
Credit to Stan Van Gundy. He was the first one to put the ball in his hands, put him at the point guard, kind of that point forward spot. Then he attacks them. And at that point in time, he's so deep in the paint. Look, I get it. I'm not saying that you don't want to change your defense.
Right.
He's got to finish some shots here.
Westbrook kept it in bounds, 3 to go. Clippers can squeeze one off. Coffee. And that's the end of the third quarter of play.
He was going to need some energy from the bench, and the bench has been delivering here early in the fourth.
And a pile of bodies, Richard, underneath as Williamson plows right through Plumlee.
Not always trying to meet physicality with physicality, because he's going to win that battle.
I'm intrigued by the fact that Zion, Richard,
the further they have to creep out on him, the more space he's able to work with, and his team has to work with. So that's the progression of his game, what he needs to become into.
There's Williamson guarded by Westbrook. Now Plumlee switches on to him. Zion elevated. Man, he shot up, didn't he? And celebrating that 3. He's got 19. Zion inside. And he put the entire defense in the weight room.
Yeah, he's starting to get his rhythm down there. He missed some punnies.
The year reel, he's up to 12. Williamson burrowing his way inside, battering that defense, muscle in his hustle.
On the season, when Zion Williamson is only averaging 5 rebounds.
Wow.
Right? Like
I get it. Yeah.
That's
Pelicans looking for their 30th win of the season. Plumlee giving him that space. Williamson eats it up and got to the rim and won. With Powell, Leonard, Harden, Coffee, and Westbrook.
I like it because Zion Williamson's the biggest player on the floor.
On Williamson, McCollum. Back to Williamson. McCollum relocates and splashes it home. Back on January 21st against Brooklyn. Hasn't quite shot the ball the same since. Zubats against Williamson. McCollum from deep. Got it. Look at the bucket. McCollum. Back to Williamson. Great move inside. And missed it. Record since that point.
When I think, look, they got a little bit of criticism, maybe a little too much. They still made it there, and then they went against the Lakers as Zion misses the bunny.
A wire-to-wire victory for the New Orleans Pelicans, arguably their best win of the season.